I've been saying that new projects are coming, and this is the first one. This is an iSta i500. Now, I will say that this was sent to me by iSta. They sold it to someone who told them that it's not compatible with their system, so they sent it to me to play with. We're gonna see what's in the box, see what's inside the turbine, go from there. Nose cone, little hardware bag. The turbine itself. Set of blades. Their assurance that they didn't send any batteries. And the sheet that they put in every turbine that says, we don't send instructions, you have to go to that address to get them, which is fine. It's less paper, less waste. It's probably a little bit cheaper for them. Okay, now let's put it on this side. They've got all of our stickers, and labels and everything on one side, nothing on the other. Now the configuration, the build, very similar to all the Chinese turbines that I have dealt with. The biggest difference is that the Nacelle, almost all the cheap turbines that I played with, they've been cast aluminum. The Nacelle in this one is plastic. It is PVC or something similar. It is very smooth, it's very nice. It doesn't have like rough seams or anything. So it looks good. I would be worried about how this will hold up in direct sunlight for years. Of course, I had that concern with the tail vanes on my i500, and it really hasn't shown any fading or any significant change. So the stuff seems to hold up okay to sunlight. We'll check it out and see. The blades are quite different from the typical Chinese blades that I have come in. The Chinese blades, they have a matte finish. They look like they were cast and then kicked right out of the mold and into the box. These, they're very smooth. There is a little bit of a roughness along the leading and trailing edges, but not much. They are also, there's a sweep to them, and they are real airfoils. So that, I'm really interested in seeing how much noise these make. They're very flimsy. There's not a whole lot of resistance to turning, to bending. And with the Chinese blades that I've had, the ones that are flimsy, whenever those turbines start really turning really fast, those blades, they twist and they flutter and they bend all over the place, and it makes a lot of noise. So I'm interested in seeing what these sound like. Something I've liked about the i1500 and the Healy blades that came with my Healy, they are very quiet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just enough nuts and bolts to put it together. And now With the Chinese turbines, it usually comes with the hub separate, and you have to put it together, put the hub together, and then you put the hub on the turbine, and it makes a really, really snug fit. This doesn't have that. Even with this nose cone on, there's going to be a pretty big gap there, which I don't know that it'll really cause any problems. It doesn't look as neat. It's more important how it works and how it looks. On the Chinese turbines, you can't take them apart with that hub in place, so this one I can reach the bolts. Let's see what the stator and the rotors look like. Rotor, just one rotor. Okay. The magnets are actually a pretty good size. They're certainly not giant. They're quite a bit bigger than most of the Chinese turbines that I've dealt with. About 3/4 inch, a 1/4 inch in depth. Now, let's see if I can get this close enough to get a close up of this. And say, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's dirt or rust or something, or glue. It's probably glue. But this is kind of weird. Nice even spacing up until there. What's that? I don't know. Okay, and now the uneven spacing on a rotor side, everything else about the rotor looks nice and clean. It's smooth, the laminations are put together pretty well. It looks nice, just a little uneven. And something that I don't know if it's going to be seen, if you'll be able to see it, but after the magnets were glued in place, they got it covered with a film that goes all the way around. That kind of helps hold it in place. I would like to take the rotor apart, but I can't take it apart tonight. I might do that before we do a bench test. Now, let's take a look here. It wires just under 40 thousandths. So I don't remember what that is. And gauge, it's 1 millimeter. So the wire around the stator itself, 1 millimeter. Wire coming off of the slip ring, 78 thousandths, roughly 2 millimeter. Okay, so let's actually, we'll pull in here and be able to take a look inside the nacelle. Not anything super exciting. It is a Pretty cheap slip ring, I think, but it really doesn't need anything super special. So long as it works, it works. Now, that's what it looks like on the inside. I am hoping sometime this week I'll be able to, I'm probably gonna go and have something made to where I can easily mount these 40mm stubs. Make sure that is 40mm. That is about inch 1.430. I have to look that up later. Anyway, I'll probably have to, I'm gonna come up with a, something that'll let me swap that out a little bit easier. With any luck, we'll have this on a pole soon. I might pull down the with the washing machine motor, since that's not really working. Put this thing up in its place, see how it does. So that's that for now. There will be another update coming on this thing very soon. Stay tuned. If you guys have any questions, if there's anything that you want to know about this turbine, you'd like me to measure something or check something specifically, definitely write it in the comments. In the future, I'm going to do the same bench test that I do with any of them. I'm going to hook it up to a rectifier, turn it with my drill, just see what comes out of it. Again, this is an i500. It's rated for 500 watts at 12 volts. And that's the turbine. So it's not very big. There's not a whole lot of copper, not a whole lot of magnet in there, but it's not supposed to be a whole lot of power kicking out of it. I am really eager to see how it does. I'm really eager to see how these blades do. So again, any questions, anything you want to know at all, please let me know. I will make sure that I include it in the next video. Stay tuned and have a wonderful evening.